Hey there guys, Fave here, and today we're going to be talking about a very forgotten piece of Roblox history, right? So, a lot of the stuff, a lot of other YouTubers, when they try to talk about Roblox history, they just go on the Roblox wiki and look at information. But me, I go the extra step. I take it all from my head and other people's heads, right? So, before I jump any further here, we gotta do today's challenge. Today's challenge is, if you've ever seen a wall before, smash that like button. But with that being said, let's have a talk. So let's start it with some context. Who is my friend here giving me this forgotten piece of Roblox history? Well, we gotta bring it back about 11, 12 years. I was playing this game where basically you would skateboard downhill on Roblox, and I was in the game. I think I was still on 6 Kenny 6, and in the server was this guy named Super Colin. Now, Super Colin back then apparently was a really famous Robloxian making games and stuff like that. So, Now, unfortunately, Super Colin is banned forever, and he got banned in a pretty cool outfit, wearing a 2007 Roblox visor, very simple looking. He got banned with dignity, alright? But he's here to tell me about some very forgotten pieces of Roblox history. Now, there's other stories I could tell about him, but this is the first one I'll tell, okay? So, the first context I have to introduce is tickets. Ticks. Now, tickets, also known as ticks, were a secondary currency. You have Robux and you had ticks. And you could buy things for ticks. You would get 10 free ticks per day, and ticks were worth less than Robux. And you would save up your ticks, convert it to Robux, stuff like that. But we're going to be talking about the weirdest thing ever today, alright? So it all starts one wild morning in 2009. In fact, it would be February 21st, 2009, alright? So, I don't know what y'all were doing on February 21st, 2009. I don't even know if y'all were alive yet. But I know what I was doing. Yeah, I do. So normally, when you go to the catalog on Roblox, there's many things to buy, right? Like, just take a look here. Look at all this stuff you could potentially buy. Like, let's say I want a pink sniper. It costs 150 Robux. So I'm gonna go ahead and buy it. So I'm gonna buy it, and it takes away 150 Robux out of my account, as it should, okay? But what if I told you that on that fated morning of February 21st, 2009, when you bought something for tickets, it would not take the money out of your account? So, let's actually rewind it back a bit. So, back in 2008, an item that a lot of people wanted was the Crown of Warlords. It was one of the most expensive Tix items, and as you can see, on July 1st, 2008, Roblox was wearing the Crown of Warlords. Let's read the description. Poning noobs is for noobs. I pwn the noobs that pwn the noobs. Don't post numbered comments, don't ask for a lower price, don't beg, and don't be a noob. You're the kind of noob this hat pwns. Good game. So yes, costing 50,000 ticks, this was no cheap hat, because back in 2008, there was no way to exchange Robux for ticks. In fact, you had to get 50,000 visits on your game, which was very hard to do, because if you go to the front page on the same day, you can see the top games only had 1 to 200 people. And as you look at the visits here, it's maxing out at like maybe 5,000 visits in a week, alright? So, to get 50,000 visits would take a lot of saving and a lot of people playing your game. I mean, just compare that to the front page of today, where it's not uncommon to see games have more than 100,000 people, and games having billions of visits. It's crazy how much a game can grow in 12 years. Or alternatively, you could log in 5,000 days in a row, where if you do the math, that's a little bit over 13 years of logging in, which you would have that amount of ticks by now if they still had ticks, rest in peace. But anyway, why am I talking about the Crown of Warlords? Well, let's say you had the ticks to buy this item. So let's go ahead, and let's say you wanted to buy this, right? So you had to be able to afford it in the first place. But you'd buy it, and then it wouldn't charge you, so you gotta freak out. Imagine you buy something expecting to lose 50,000 ticks, and you don't lose any ticks at all, alright? So, curiously enough, what's going on here, right? Well, Mr. Doombringer makes a forum post saying purchasing is backup. You will pay for what you purchase. Everything is on a delay right now. It's all just slowed down. Whatever you buy right now, you will be charged for eventually. Should be back up to speed in a little while. So Mr. Doombringer is my favorite moderator of all time. You can see his band hammer and his limited edition red Doom Bucket, the inventor of the Doom Bucket because he's Mr. Doombringer. And so how did the users respond to this? What people did, they went crazy. In fact, there's lots of historical posts about it. So you can look at this random post here. That just is not fair. During the weekend there was a currency glitch. But what isn't fair is they got to keep their hats that they exploited a glitch to get. Anyway, so basically, back in the day, the forums were a place to discuss things with people. And everyone was freaking out on the forums, okay? So our friend Super Colin here got randomly 100,000 visits on his game. And if that isn't weird enough, he went to the forums to freak out about it. WTF? Someone did this to my place visits. Look at my place. Who did that? And then Lego Cat 5, my friend from back in the day, says, which one? The crappy place or the really crappy place? Jesus, people were savage back then. And people say people are mean now. And he replies, the very crappy one. So on. And this other guy yells, I want your place. Did you get all the ticks? Anyway, so eventually the moderator started to acknowledge this. So MF Soccer 94 was a moderator back in the day, as you can see by his band hammer, and he said, transaction delay, read this. Yes, there is a transaction delay. No, you aren't getting free hats. You will come to see that you really spent your money and possibly more for the hats you tried to take advantage of. The admins are aware of the situation and are on it. Stop purchasing things and trading. It's your fault. Mr. Doombringer even posted and warned you, yet you do it and then complain. Now don't complain when you have negative tickets that you tried getting free hats from, because I'll just be laughing at you, as will Mr. Doombringer. And then you have Respect Blocks here, saying, reply if you have negative Robux or ticks. So people actually had negative Robux or ticks in their account in February 2009. This is unheard of. I have never heard of this in my life. People having a negative amount of Robux or ticks, okay? Respect Blocks, very famous moderator, says it was true, it happened, and other moderators said it happened. This really freaking happened. Anyway, so our friend Super Colin here, after he randomly got 100,000 place visits, he said, no, I had about 230,000 ticks worth of debt. Now I'm down to 83,000 ticks worth of debt. So that's a negative 230,000 ticks Super Colin had, because he was donating his brother tons of ticks, which is crazy. You could donate someone unlimited money, basically, if you think about it. So what happened to all these people with negative ticks, right? Well, they were forgiven. It's crazy. They just reset everyone's stuff back to zero, and they were able to keep all the hats they got. So, really interesting move by Roblox, right? Like, imagine if this happened today. Let's say this happened today, right? With all the hats and limiteds in the catalog, someone would just go and buy everything and not get charged for it, and then get to keep all of it. Like, you could instantly become the richest Robloxian if you took advantage of this the right way in 2020. It's just, I can't picture something like this happening in the present day. There wasn't even 1 million people on Roblox yet back then, and just like, my goodness, it's crazy. In fact, if you look at this comment by Mr. Doombringer, my favorite moderator of all time, he says, shrug, not my fault. Technically, on top of you guys going negative, I should be handing out bans for this. Since it's my day off and I'm in a nice mood, I'll skip those for now. Next time when you notice things aren't the way they're supposed to be, then stop doing them until it's fixed. Come on. I really like his niceness and him being nice to everyone, right? But you can't expect people to not take advantage of this system, right? But overall, this is like a crazy cool glitch, right? Like, if you could spend as much as you wanted, what would you buy, right? You could run infinite ads on your game and just take over Roblox. You could donate to your friend over and over and never be charged for it just to be forgiven. I mean, we could have really destroyed the economy here if there was some clever little kid back on that morning of February 21st, 2009, right? This was 11 years ago, and I just can't believe this actually happened. We really dug this up from history, so shout out to my friend Super Colin for a lot of things, but this story is the first thing he gets the shout out for, alright? And yeah, let me know what you think down below. What would you do in this morning in this situation? Make sure you smash that like button, follow me on Twitter at Roblox Fave, subscribe and hit the bell to Fave and Fave 2. Join my Discord server, discord.gg/Fave, and it's your boy Fave, and I and out.